My name is Charlotte Watson. I work here at the Royal Mews. I'm a senior liveried helper. The Royal Mews, they have a crucial role in bringing the royals and their guests through the town and dropping them off at the quadrangle in style. We have a set of horses. There are 3 sets altogether, and when you're working within your set, you're making sure that your horses are tip-top condition, that we clean them meticulously, everything gets polished to an inch of its life, everything's there and in the right proper place. They should be really well prepared. We've got a really good team of people on the ground who know what they're doing, and they've been all over the world, so we can utilise all of these strengths and talents and get these horses where we need to be. Really fit, nice and supple, nice and soft and relaxed.
My name's Adam Scott, Gardens and Nursery Manager for Windsor Castle. The garden's responsible for bringing together obviously the outer space of the visit, so all the lawn's got to look immaculate, all the beds, all the paths has got to look as good as we can, so the visitors coming in get the best experience. The gardens team forage what's looking great at that point of the year, so we use the moat garden and all the other gardens around the castle at that time, including the East Terrace. Growers team are responsible for bringing together all of the inner displays for the gardens and the castle, so the trees we bring in, the seasonal interest and the different textures. We do a lot of stuff from seeds, so all that stuff's come from the nursery on site up to the castle and used in them displays. There's some really nice traditional elements that the growing team do for the kitchens as part of these events and throughout the year really. Dessert leaves are picked throughout the estate and sent up to the kitchens for them to use on the table. We've got the peach houses and fruit houses that are used, so we'll pick them throughout the year. And we've also recently got beehives, so the honey from that can be taken up and used towards that as well. Each state visit differs. Obviously seasonality plays a massive part of that, especially out in the gardens, what we can do inside picking and how the gardens look as well. And then obviously we want to make it slightly different and have that extra design element and extra creative element to that as well. So we try and make it as unique to that state visit as we can.
My name is Lieutenant Colonel Charlie Foynette from the Coldstream Guards, and I am the Brigade Major at Headquarters Household Division and London District. When His Majesty the King receives a visitor, then we try to provide the most splendid reception that we can manage. But of course, to bring all the elements together, you need to rehearse. So the troops that you see here on parade will have trained in barracks and in their own training areas to get their element correct. And then we bring them together and we practice the overall choreography that involves music, because military bands are an essential part of all ceremonial activity. It involves mounted troops and it involves the foot guards. So between them, we combine the elements together to give all the elements that we hope represent the most splendid state welcome we can offer the King's visitor. The largest piece of theatre is the arrival, marked with a guard of honour, and as His Majesty the King and his visitor arrive in their carriages, we play the national anthems for both nations, and then the guard of honour offer a formal salute, and then the visitor will be invited to come and inspect our troops along with the King. I think it's really important that the military play our part in this. We are part of the state, we are intimately tied up, particularly in the household division with the royal family. So there's an awful lot of military symbolism associated with what we do.
My name is Stella Panayotova. I'm the Royal Librarian and Assistant Keeper of the Royal Archives. So for every state visit, we select material and prepare an exhibition. We spoiled for choice. The collections are incredibly rich. We're looking for historically significant material, intellectually enticing, sparkling material, and of course visually appealing, beautiful things. They could include books which trace the increase of knowledge about the visiting country in the UK over the centuries. They could be artworks which trace the development of styles and tastes and influences, and you can see how vital those personal collections were to forging strong official diplomatic links. The exhibition tries to create a sense of a shared past, which is, of course, the most solid foundation for building understanding and common ground for the present.
My name is Mark Flanagan. I'm the Royal Chef and Assistant to the Master for Catering. It's our opportunity to show the best of our British produce. We'll serve usually 160 at the banquet, but we'll probably serve close to 500 meals in total that day. For most of our menus, we try to make sure that we use the best that we can of the seasons, produce from the different estates, so we really can utilise as much as possible. For the banquet, we make choices and suggestions, and Their Majesties will make the ultimate decision. We always try to reflect and be mindful of the visiting country. We don't try to replicate their style of food, but then we'll put a nod to something in the menu some way. It's a great opportunity for us to work with the team, and we've got quite a large team. We've got 20 chefs, and also we have a number of past apprentices who have stayed with the team and have grown through the ranks. So it's really good to see how everybody can develop through the banquet and use their knowledge at the next one.